Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 10, 10 and 10, a weekly betting service where we hope to put some extra money into your pocket by the end of the weekend. I've got 10 sports bets for you this week, and hopefully we can pick 10 winners. And for $10 a game, hopefully we'll make a few dollars by the end of the day. A $10 multi-bet would also go down pretty well. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go to the NRL, and I'm picking the Sharks to beat the Eels. Number one, the Sharks to beat the Eels. The Sharks will have too many guns. I think, although the Eels are improving, I think that they'll just have too many guns, the Sharkies, for the Eels this week. Number two, the Doggies will come back against the Titans. Mark my words. They got a hammering against the Broncos last week, and I don't think they would have been too happy with that. But this week I think they can come back and they'll beat the Titans. The AFL, Essendon versus North Melbourne. I think the Essendon Bombers can beat the North Melbourne side this week. Unfortunately, North Melbourne still haven't quite hit their straps, and Essendon will probably have too many guns. The game of the week for me, number 4, Collingwood versus the Cats. Now this one could go any way. You never know with both these sides. A little bit unpredictable, especially at this time of the year. But I'm picking Collingwood to beat the Cats. Much as I don't like Collingwood, I'm not a very great fan of Collingwood. But anyway, I think they'll just have too many guns in front of a 90-odd thousand crowd at the G. All right, we go to the Super Rugby now, and the Auckland Blues will beat the Western Force at Eden Park. I'm picking. I think they'll just have too many guns at home, and although the Western Force have performed well on occasions this year, I still think the Blues will have too many guns for them. Down to Carisbrook for the Highlanders versus Moana Pacifica. I think the Highlanders will just have too many guns at home on a cold, wintry night in Carisbrook. You can imagine what it'll be like even at this time of the year. It's cold down there, give me the tip. All right, we'll go to the A-League. Melbourne City versus Sydney FC. Two teams that aren't too keen on each other. I've known when watching games in the past. I think this at the moment, Melbourne FC are performing just that little bit better than Sydney FC at the moment. So I'm picking Melbourne to win that game. The EPL, Manchester City over the Wolves. I think it's a game which there's not too many people would be picking the Wolves to beat Man City. Over to the American basketball, I'm picking the Cleveland Cavaliers to beat the Miami Heat. I think they'll just have too many guns at home. And number 10, Celtics versus the Orlando Magic. I think the Boston Celtics are one of my favourite teams of old, and I'm just going to pick them because I think that they'll beat the Orlando Magic. So there you go. There's 10 picks, 10 games, and there's $10 on each of them. Should bring home the chocolates for you this week. Catch up with you again next week for another 10, 10 and 10. See you later.